Why can't the Buffalo Bills ever have nice things? Folks, that is right. The gentleman that you see on my screen, our star defensive player against the Baltimore Ravens just a couple of nights ago, has been added to the injury report. And not just a fringe little injury. We didn't see like a soft tissue aggravation, limited participant yesterday, and a did not participate today. But no, all of a sudden, while we were patiently awaiting, all right, for the Buffalo Bills updated injury report, we see that Ed Oliver has been listed with an ankle injury. Now, everything that I know is sounds like reporters were not able to view the walkthrough portion of practice, but they were allowed to go into the locker room and start receiving interviews. From there, while I'm not seeing any reports that Ed was even spoken to in the slightest, they saw him playing ping pong with a walking boot. And as far as him being able to move around the locker room, he was using a scooter. Okay, a scooter. Now, right now, all we can do is speculate. I hate speculating on injuries. But I think at this point, the only thing that we could really hope is that this is precautionary. Maybe he slightly aggravated it. And all eyes are going to be directed to tomorrow's injury report to see if Big Ed is going to be able to play on Sunday versus the New York Jets. Now, one thing I do want to say, because Thigh Doctor actually ended up putting out something on Twitter speculating that something must have happened from yesterday to today, because from what I understand, he was a full participant yesterday. So did he aggravate it in practice? Did he aggravate it maybe somewhere after practice? The eye doctor even ended up putting up a speculation that it had something to do with his foot getting tangled up in the stirrups of his horses. Again, that's all speculation. We don't know. But, I mean, we need answers, right? One thing that makes me feel a bit more optimistic is the fact that when you look at our schedule coming up, relatively easy. And if Buffalo were to deal with any injuries, I would much rather it be during this time before the bye week. Of course, we have the Jets on Sunday, which, as many of you have probably already gathered, I'm feeling pretty confident about it, followed by the New Orleans Saints. Well, excuse me, followed by the Miami Dolphins, followed by the New Orleans Saints. So I'm not particularly caught up with we need all hands on deck, at least during this portion of our schedule, since the big test has already been complete once we got past the Baltimore Ravens. But still, a very frustrating piece of news. I feel like each and every single one of you should have been made aware, hence why we have an emergency stream right now. If any of you are new here, my name is Dan Mitchell. I am a daily Buffalo Bills and NFL content creator. I'm typically live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. EST. And then I also have sporadic streams here and there due to breaking news, injury reports, what have you. If that's your cup of tea, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign. It's the easiest way to show love over on this channel. Let's continue to grow this community, as I know that we can. 45,000 subscribers, absolutely insane. I think we can get to 60 before the end of the season. I genuinely believe that we can. So go on ahead, hit that thumbs up sign. Roll call in the chat. Let me know what you are up to, folks. What corner of the United States are you tuning in from? What corner of the globe? I'm talking to all the lurkers in the chat as well. If you're lurking, let yourself be known. Where are you tuning in from? Let's talk a little business. Jack, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you, my friend. It could be an ankle sprain, and they want him on it at least as possible. That's what we're hoping, right? I think the question with Ed Oliver is, when the hell did this happen? Because yesterday he was a full participant. So I feel like the most likely answer was he probably aggravated it toward the end of practice yesterday, and nobody caught it during the post-practice interviews. Who knows? But let's all hope for the best, because by and large, he was our defense last Sunday. Like, without Ed Oliver, I mean, would we have won that game? I think that's another question real fast. Walking boot? Nah, that's a kick-ass boot from kicking ass. Brandon, that is precisely the energy that I need. Jets always play up close, man. Got to put the Jets at 0-2, especially at MetLife. Man. think about this matchup a couple of different ways. Number one, I'm sorry, but I don't buy into the fact that Fields has turned into a quality passer in the NFL. I'm going to need him to prove that to me on Sunday. Hence why I'm hoping that Buffalo really stacks the box. I really hope that we do whatever we can to at least schematically take the runaway and make Justin Fields beat us with his arm. Yes, he had a couple of pretty intriguing passes, but like last Sunday, he had 22 attempts, folks. Like one of my keys is making sure that Fields throws the football far more than 30 times. That's going to cause mistakes. I have a feeling that Buffalo is going to capitalize on the turnover side of things. I think that we're not going to be going up anywhere near to as close of competition as we did this past Sunday. This game can get got, right? And one thing you often hear me say is, I need Buffalo to beat teams that they are supposed to. And on paper, this Buffalo Bills team is a far better team, right? And we need to handle this game accordingly. And we need to beat them. Because last year we got away without losing a game we weren't supposed to. I feel like the whole world has the Buffalo Bills winning this game. We need to make sure that happens. It's just how it works out. You always need all hands on because it's any given Sunday. Can't drop a game. We should win. Absolutely. Richmond, Virginia is in the building. We have Boston, Massachusetts, 716. South Florida, go Bills. Denver, Colorado. We have Ontario, Canada is in the building. Olean, New York. Tonawanda is in the building. Is he on the injury report? Yes, sir, he is. Yes, sir, he is. We're about to be unpacking the injury report here momentarily, but Ed Oliver was the most notable name that we ultimately ended up seeing. What a day to be a Bills fan. That's what I'm talking about, man. Always exciting. Golden, I'm praying for a TD today. Dexy Gaming, TG Sanders time if Ed is limited. I mean, he's the next man up, right? And he statistically had a pretty rough outing versus Baltimore. But again, I am fine for him to further develop. What happened to Ed Oliver? That's still very much left up to speculation, Eric. All we know is that he was seen in the locker room today with a walking boot, and he was transporting himself around with a scooter. It's listed as an ankle injury on the official report. He was a full participant yesterday. He did not participate today. So still waiting on some answers. Is this another segment of gamesmanship from Sean McDermott? We shall see, but I think it would all behoove us to make sure that Ed Oliver is full systems go against this New York Jets team. Bills will smoke the Jets. Our defense will be good. They always play good against mid to bad offenses. I love the energy. I really, really do. Funny how McDermott wanted a hard week of practice, and now people are getting hurt. I mean, yeah, dude, with McDermott, he ended up making the team wear full pads yesterday. And looks like that was just one of the consequences, but I wonder if it was a necessary evil. I suppose we'll never know. Wilmington, North Carolina, MGP is in the chat. What's going on? Smack Bob when the Bills put belt to ass this Sunday against the Jets. Yeah, South Buffalo here. Have no fear, my friend. Bob will be getting these hands at one point or the other. Mississippi, Wellsville, New York. It's my boy right there. George, from what we hear, it's an injury common in the foot and stirrups. Yeah, from Thigh Doc, he mentioned that. I'm not sure if that's him speculating, or I'm not sure if that's something that he's seen. But as far as I know, no official report, as into what precisely the injury was. Now, with the injury report, it is listed as an ankle injury, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm calling it now. Big game from Romeo Dobbs and Jaden Reed tonight. Interesting. I have the Washington Commanders winning this game, but that's me. Rest in peace, Charlie. Indeed, that video haunted me. It is still haunting me to this very second. Go Bills, baby. Massachusetts. Derek is in the building. I'm looking forward to seeing the rookies on the D-line step up with his anticipated absences. I mean, dude, we need to, because Sanders and Deion Walker were not nearly shining as much as they were during the preseason. More time for Walker. Just wait till next season. That kid will be a monster after a full off season. Like, subscribe, RIP. Absolutely, guys. Bishop is coming in. Maybe it's just a new fresh ass pair of cowboy boots. Perhaps maybe it's gamesmanship. Who knows? But folks, we do need to react to the injury report that was just released, because there's more things that we need to unpack from this, because this does tell a story. let's start off with the positive. You know what I mean? Because I try to not lead with the negative. I feel like a lot of talking heads in the Bills community always like honing in on the negatives or the bad news. I at least try to give you guys, something to smile about. And I think we have a couple of things to celebrate here. But first, Sonny with the damn $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Yo, Dan. Hello from Alaska. Another test for our defense. Our offense will be cooking. Is Trey playing this game? Sonny, that is a great question. Well, I am going to tell you this. It sounds like Tre'Davious White, while still dealing with a groin injury, he was limited. So my friend was limited today. Now, back-to-back days where Tre'Davious White was limited. I feel like tomorrow is going to tell the story on who is going to start. If Tre'Davious White is a full participant tomorrow, then I believe Sean McDermott is going to give him the nod. Say that it was up to me, I'd still roll with Dorian Strong for sure. I thought that he played very good against the Baltimore Ravens for a 6th-round rookie. Don't sleep on Brandon Beane for being able to pick gems in the 6th round, specifically at the cornerback position. But I know Sean McDermott. I know this coaching staff. I think that if the vet is ready to go, I think the vet is going to go out and get his reps. I'd be fine if Dorian Strong was the guy, but it's all going to depend on what designation Tre'Davious White has by this time tomorrow when the final injury report does come out. You have Shaq Thompson. He was limited today in practice. You have Gregory Rousseau, limited again with a knee injury, something to watch out for. Hoping he's okay because it sounds like our defensive line's like hurting a tad. And of course, the big story where, of course, you saw Ed Oliver with his ankle injury, did not practice. Where did he hurt this? Was it at practice yesterday? Did he maybe hurt himself off field, nowhere near the facility? I don't want to speculate, but still something to stress out about, I would say. It's good to see that Taron Johnson is on a positive trajectory. He went from a did not participate on Wednesday to a limited on Thursday. I'm not sure if that really tells us the full story because Wednesday for me, folks, with Wednesday, McDermott went full pads, right? So I wonder if Taron Johnson was a did not participate because he thought it was too early and he was truly limited, as in if, of course, like Taron Johnson, etc., say that so they didn't go full pads, then he would have been limited yesterday. I have a feeling Taron plays, and so I have a feeling that he'll be good. You have Jordan Hancock. He is added to the report. He was a healthy scratch last week. That doesn't mean he's 100%. He could still be dealing with that. He dealt with that shoulder injury during the final preseason game, so something to watch out for because he would be the next man up. If, for example, Jordan Hancock couldn't go, Taron Johnson couldn't go, then we have our good old trusty friend Cam Lewis to be taking on that nickel position. So what would that look like, right? Good news. James Cook, full participant with a hamstring. I'm thrilled about this. We have Christian Benford, groin, back-to-back full participating. Same thing with our kick returner and Brandon Codrington and Keon Coleman. While still listed, this is where he is, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in as we're unpacking the injury report. I was surprised how many reps Shavers had on Sunday. So I'll tell you what, man, right? Like he's very much a wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6. I don't particularly see Shavers really getting any significant snaps until or if a wide receiver ends up missing some time. It does say something that Curtis Samuel was a healthy scratch last week. That says a lot, right? Because Buffalo does like to run with 5 at game day. And rather than choosing Shavers, they ended up picking Samuel to ride the bench. What does that look like, right? Because Samuel, he ended up having an injury leading up into the regular season. So does that mean that he was still recovering from said injury, or did Shavers truly beat him out and Buffalo's just trying to put this man on ice until they could hopefully find someone to trade for him leading up to the trade deadline? That's a conspiracy theory I feel like a lot of us are still battling back and forth with. But what can you do? We have Jamal Jones, rest Trey White, get him back to 100%. Love to hear it. No offense to Trey, but the more strong, the better. Sorry, Trey. Yeah, man, most definitely. Say that it was up to me. I think that Dorian Strong did enough to where he proved that he could fill in as CB2, right? I mean, he could take the reps, right? Like he earned it. I thought that he did very well outside of getting burned once, but I mean, come on, he's a rookie. He's a 6-rounder. It's going to happen. But I know this coaching staff. And I have a feeling once Tre'Davious White is healthy, I think Sean McDermott's going to be giving him the reps so that he can continue to develop the young man. That's how it looks. Hancock will play. Johnson, TBD. Knox, good to go. Oliver, probably not. And Rousseau, good to go. And White, good to go. Bryson's coming in. He's giving us our projections. And I can appreciate that. Richie is adamant that the Jets are going to put belt to ass on the Buffalo Bills this weekend. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to see if that's true because so we have the AFC East roundtable this evening at 5 p.m. EST. And normally we do it on Wednesday evenings, but we thought with everything that happened yesterday, it wouldn't be a good look. So we decided to postpone it to Thursday. And I haven't gotten that sense from Richie. And so I haven't heard that he believes that, but trust me, we're going to uncover it this evening. I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about it. One thing I do want to tell all of you is that soon as when this stream is over, and I'm really excited for this opportunity to show you guys, once this stream is over, folks, you are going to be redirected to another Buffalo Bills channel. One that I'm a part of course. It's called the Bills Roundtable. Folks, this show is myself, Z-Bot, Kevin Masari, and then also Bills Bunker, where we give you a twice-a-week episode covering everything Buffalo Bills related. Today's video, as you can see, we are going to be unpacking a full preview and prediction for the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets matchup. Y'all have heard my takes on the game, but I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to hear what Kevin has to say, what Z-Bot has to say going into MetLife. So if you haven't already, guys, do me a favor, go subscribe to the Bills Roundtable. If not, just wait until this stream is over with. It's going to be redirected so you guys can go out ahead and just automatically tap back in. We're so excited. I think that we can get up, like we're at 576 subscribers. I think we can get up to 1,000 as long as I'm able to push everybody that's watching this stream back over to, of course, this YouTube channel. So go on ahead. I really hope that all of you follow us over there. We have a lot that we need to unpack on today's episode. So let's make it happen. Richie, the last couple seasons has been very delusional to start the season. Then when the Bills put belt to ass on the Jets, he is back to normal. Richie, YPN, I still can't wait to see Jordan Hancock play with the starters. I'm a big Jordan Hancock guy. I really am. I was a big fan of his game over at Ohio State. And that's what's up. We have Mitchell Dyson in the building. What's up? What's up, bro? Hope all is well. Let's hope they don't have a Monday night hangover. That would be ideal. If they want to trade Samuel, why wouldn't they give him a chance to show up and prove his value? I mean, so that's a great question, right? Like maybe they're seeing things in practice that like we don't see, right? Like maybe we're not thinking that he's taking advantage of his reps. Maybe we like Shavers better. I don't know, man. This Sunday is going to be very telling. If Curtis Samuel is a healthy scratch again, I mean, we'll see. Sanders and the other 3 techs have to step up for Oliver if he can't go. Why does it feel like Oliver gets hurt for a small period every single season? It's a contact sport. It's frustrating. Unfortunately, it happens, you know. Andrew, Salt Lake City is in the building. I love to see that. We have Nick 716, TJ Sanders, and the other 3 tech have to step up for Oliver. He can't go. Why does it feel like Oliver gets hurt in such a small period of time each and every single time? That's a great question. Which defensive lineman from the practice squad will get the first crack at it if Ed can't go? Well, I'll tell you what, man, we would only have 4. So say that I were to guess, I'd probably say Jordan Phillips would be elevated. Say that we didn't have Ed Oliver out there. You could go Zion Laug, but like that's kind of like whoever you elevate is going to play, right? Like he's not going to be a healthy scratch. I think that you go with Jordan Phillips who has actually done pretty good against the Jets in his career while in a Buffalo Bills uniform. So my vote would be Jordan Phillips. And then hopefully he can make some plays for us. But again, we're all just speculating right now. We have no idea if Ed is like hurt or whether or not that this is just like a slight tweak and he's going to be fine. I wonder if the Dolphins by the deadline would be willing to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick. If so, Bills need to be all over that. So the Miami Dolphins are dangerously close into having a fire sale. And I think it has everything to do with this Sunday. If they lose to the Patriots, they lose to the Buffalo Bills on short rests, and then they lose to the Jets on that week 4, then I think some dark times in Miami are going to start, right? If they start 0-4, 1-3, I would be surprised if Mike McDaniel makes it halfway through the season before he ends up getting goodbye or hearing goodbye, if you will. I think that's how it works. Go Bills. They're going to win on Sunday. Deborah, I love the energy. And if he gets hurt, he is worthless for sure. No, dude, listen, I totally agree with you right there. Local evening news. Don't you dare test my pronunciation skills, my friend. I am so bad at pronouncing players' names. Oh, no. That's a trap right there, brother. That is a trap. I'm going to have to like sit with Google for a little bit, like Google pronounce and get the vernacular right. Test me next time you're here, and I promise you that you will hear an eloquently stated name of whoever that fool is. You know what I mean? Is Max Harrison on track? He is currently on the IR, so he has 4 games where he can't practice at all. He can't play, and then afterwards, a 21-day practice window opens. He must be activated within that time, or otherwise his season ends. So, I don't know. Like, my best guess is that he'll be back maybe Monday Night Football against the Falcons, more than likely after the bye week. That's what I'm thinking. I think all players are hurt or banged up in some way for trying to stop the Mack truck for 60 minutes. True. I don't hate that at all. Sandman, go Bills. Go Bills, my friend. Johnny Tran. Dan, are we concerned about the injuries when we have Josh Allen? No, not at all. But let me tell you this. I would like it. I would very much like it, and my doctor would like it, if we didn't have games like that every single Sunday that we witnessed last week. I don't think my blood pressure can take many more of those this season. At least give me a break, right? Like, at least give me a break from one of those games for a couple of weeks. I would like this defense to go out and make some significant improvements compared to last week. Give me like a 13 to a 17 points allowed type game from this D, and I'm happy. Maybe take the football away a couple of times and let me just kick my feet up on this desk while I'm live reacting to the game in front of all of my closest friends on here. And let's just have a ride, right? Like, wouldn't that be nice? Like, who enjoys those games? I love games like the Baltimore Ravens game. Who doesn't, right? It's electric. But damn. And so I love a couple of blowouts, man. Those are very relaxing. We have Jets will find out quickly how good the Bills are when Josh Allen rips a football right through 2 defenders into a wide receiver's hands. Dan, are you going to go live an hour before the game starts on Sunday? I even do better than that, my friend. I live play-by-play react to the entire game. So say, for example, that you want to treat me sort of how you treat the Manning cast, right? Or say you're annoyed with the announcers that they have selected. I literally give you my color commentary and play-by-play reaction every single Buffalo Bills game. Anytime a Bills game is on, you can come over to my channel. You can pop in. You can see what's up. You can look at my reactions to specific plays. For some reason, a lot of you guys find that fun, right? I mean, hey, listen, I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm glad that I have so many people that love to tune in and rock with me and watch football together with me. So yes, most definitely. So I'm normally live about 45 minutes right before the game, and I go all the way until the end of the game. We have Johnny Tran. Agreed, my heart couldn't take it on Sunday. Sandman, it's not what we will have a problem, but I want to have one less thing to worry about. Wouldn't that be nice? That's what I'm talking about. Hope to see Keon just make barbecue sauce out of sauce, man. Wouldn't that be great? Sam, it seems Josh Allen always has to be Superman for the Buffalo Bills to win. So not so much, man. Like last year, I do think when Josh Allen had his hand broken for half of the season, I think a lot of wins could be credited to the run game with James Cook, right? Like he was able to step up when we needed him to. I could probably give about 3 to 4 games last year exclusively on James Cook. And I think proof of that was while Josh Allen was playing with the injury that he was, when he had the glove going on his right hand, right? And it's something I feel like we often forget. It would be nice for the defense to step up for us a bit more, though. Like, yeah, like we have some quality performances. And so against like middle of the road offenses, but I would like some defensive like shootouts. You know what I mean? Like, for example, what Houston was able to like hold the LA Rams to 14 points. That's a great offense. Or the Cleveland defense was able to hold the Cincinnati Bengals to what they scored last week. I don't even know. Johnny Trans, so you're saying we should have games that Mitch Trubisky comes in at the third quarter. Yeah, give me Mitchy Biscuits, man. I'm happy when Mitchy Biscuits takes over because that means that we're putting belt to ass and it's a chill game. Sauce Gardner dips his boneless wings in ranch, which is diabolical. Straight to jail. I'm hoping this week we can get back to the half throw, half run offense. Wouldn't that be ideal? Hoping Buffalo don't burn out Josh Allen early in the season. I don't think that man burns out at all, man. I think he's got that dog in him. And so I think that he's ready to compete each and every single which way. Does not mean I want it to happen by any stretch of the imagination, but still. All right, folks, that's going to have to do it. A quick episode looking over the injury report and Ed Oliver. Have no fear, because say that you're going to miss me. You're going to be seeing me for probably the next 3 or 4 hours. After this show, in 10 minutes, I'm going to be over on the Bills Roundtable. Once I end this stream, you are going to be directed to that show immediately. Facebook people, if you're watching me on Facebook, it's important to go on YouTube and look up Bills Roundtable. You should be able to subscribe to that channel. And while you're at it, make sure that you subscribe to my Dan Mitchell YouTube channel. That's where you're going to be able to see all these shows that I regularly talk about. And then Twitter people as well, because there's quite a few people watching on X. If you want to watch myself, Zbot, and Kevin unpack this Jets game, we're unpacking everything, just down to key matchups, down to overall predictions. Highly recommend that you guys come on over and show a little bit of love. Let's pump this subscriber button up to 1,000. I genuinely believe that we can. But guys, listen, I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you here in about 11 minutes precisely. And go Bills. Peace.